Well, I have to say, it was not a happy period. It was a very scary period because I really had it all mapped out. I'd figured out, I want to be doing foreign policy. This is how it's done. And when I got to this large firm in New York, and I really felt just fungible. I felt like there were 50 associates. In those days, there were big classes. And I'm just indistinguishable from all these other people. And we're all working on these deals, and I didn't even know who the clients were. And I thought, I just don't want to do this. And that was very scary. I took a risk. I took a big risk. Now, I was working for a Harvard law professor at the time, and I loved doing that. So I had this contrast that I was working on all these exciting cases for him, and then there was this firm, and I didn't love the firm. I loved the people in the firm, but not the work. So the first thing is I was willing to really take a risk. Now, again, I was married at the time. It wasn't like I sort of turfed myself out on the street. I didn't. But for 4 years, when people would ask me, what do you do? I would have a multi-part explanation that even my mother could not really understand. That was scary because, anybody who comes to Princeton, we're very directed, we like to have a plan. And so to say, well, I'm doing a little of this and a little of that. But what was great about that was, first, it made me really ask myself what I did want to do. But even more important, because I'm not sure I had good answers, it left me open to opportunity. So what happened was the law professor I was working for at some point said to me, have you thought about being a law professor? And I said, no. In fact, the one thing I'd have told you in 1980 was I'll never be a professor. I'm an action person. I'm not, but law teaching is different. Law is very close to the world, and I had lived his life for a while, vicariously. I'd worked for him, I'd seen, and when he said that, I said, well, I've never thought about it, and believe me, my grades show that I never thought about it, because I didn't have a great transcript. I thought, well, actually, this would be great. I haven't thought about this, but I like this. I love law as an intellectual discipline. It's absolutely fabulous. I would like to teach. And so the advice I give is take risks and really be open to doing things it never occurred to you might do. You're an English major and your friend says, hey, come do a startup with me, and you've thought, no, I'm going to law school or I'm doing something. Why not? Particularly in your 20s. I was married, but I didn't have a family. I didn't have a mortgage. I didn't have any of the things that would now, tie you down.